Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF and microwave update series. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Jenn DiMarco, and alongside me is my co-host, Tim Rainear. Our sponsors for this episode are mmWave and Analog Devices. mmWave is a technical distributor of RF, microwave, and power management products. As you begin your next design, consider exploring their broad portfolio of product lines and supplier partners on their website. Analog Devices is a global semiconductor company providing high-performance analog, mixed signal, RF, and digital technologies that help engineers solve complex design challenges across communications, aerospace and defense, industrial, and other advanced technology markets. Later in the program, we'll share a short clip from our recent conversation with David Patterson, Senior Director of Business Development at Analog Devices. If you'd like to watch the complete interview, you'll find it on the MWJ website. For today's episode, Tim and I are highlighting our August 2026 special focus on millimeter wave technology.
Millimeter wave technology continues to expand into new applications, enabling higher bandwidth, improved sensing capabilities, and next-generation communication systems across commercial, aerospace, and defense markets. This special focus August supplement featured a perspective article titled Spectrum Superiority, Why Defense Communications Are Moving into Millimeter Wave. This was contributed by Tudor Williams of Filtronic. We all recognize that lower frequencies are getting overcrowded, while the sheer volume of the battlefield data communications is rapidly increasing. As just one example, electronic warfare is already using AI and machine learning techniques to identify signal patterns to prioritize threats. The move to millimeter wave frequencies was inevitable, but with the higher bandwidths come the expected propagation issues. The article does a good job of highlighting both the pros and cons of moving up in frequency and closes with a suggestion that the use of millimeter wave in defense communications is best understood not as a replacement for existing technologies, but as a complementary capability to be deployed in multi-layered, heterogeneous communication architectures.
Our first technical feature is a waveguide-based path to high-power, low-noise terahertz sources by Diane Keys of Microharmonics Corporation. The article examines advances in waveguide technology that enable high-power, low-noise terahertz sources. As interest in terahertz applications continues to grow for areas such as communications, sensing, and imaging, new approaches are helping engineers overcome performance challenges at these higher frequencies.
Our next technical feature is titled A New Miniature Wave Interface for High Millimeter Wave Frequencies. It comes to us from James Skinner and Nick Ridler of the National Physical Laboratory in the UK, along with Dave Richardson, Paul Haig, Nathan Miller, and Ian Burnage of Flan Microwave. The authors make the case that for lower millimeter wave frequencies, say less than 100 gigahertz, the standard UG387 flange-style waveguide is perfectly acceptable. But at higher frequencies like D-band, which is 110 to 170 gigahertz, J-band, which spans from 220 to 330 gigahertz, something smaller is needed. And guess what? Flan Microwave has developed one. They call it FSM45. The article walks through a series of measurement experiments to compare its performance very favorably to other similar devices. The authors expect their new flange to be included in a future edition of the IEEE standard for waveguide interfaces.
And rounding out our millimeter wave special focus is a product feature from Copper Mountain Technologies titled Advances in Millimeter Wave RF Measurement Technology Enabling Scalable Millimeter Wave Testing. The article explores how advances in RF measurement are helping engineers characterize increasingly complex millimeter wave devices while improving test efficiency and supporting scalable development.
Before we get into your interview clip with ADI, here are a couple of industry news items making headlines. ETL Systems has announced the acquisition of Amphicity Technologies. ETL Systems is a hardware company based in the UK. They design and manufacture RF distribution equipment, 19-inch rack systems and RF components. Their products are used by broadcasters, satellite operators, oil and gas companies, government and defense organizations, and in the telecom and marine applications. Infinicity Technologies is a software company with offices in Luxembourg and Croatia that focuses on the development of software solutions for the SATCOM and Earth observation markets. This acquisition brings together complementary expertise in RF hardware and a ground segment software and expands ETL Systems' capabilities as satellite operators continue to move toward more automated virtual software-defined networks. I just wanted to mention one other event news item, Jen. I recently made a quick trip to Dallas to cover the IEEE Electromagnetic Compatibility and Signal Integrity Power Integrity Symposium there. There were just under 100 exhibitors there, but a very enthusiastic crowd of visitors made it a well-attended event. The show was good, but the barbecue brisket was great. We posted a summary of the show along with a gallery of photos from the exhibit floor for both mmWave Journal and Signal Integrity Journal readers, so folks may want to check this out.
And in other industry news, and something that certainly caught my eye, TTM Technologies has agreed to acquire Epic Design Solutions from Veritas Capital for approximately $1.1 billion in an all-cash transaction. Epic develops open architecture, AI-enabled software-defined radios, high-performance RF products, and radiation-tolerant computing solutions. The acquisition will expand TTM's RF emission systems capabilities and strengthen its position in areas including signals intelligence, electronic warfare, space, and other advanced defense applications. The transaction is subject to regulatory approval and is expected to close in the fourth quarter of 2026. And as part of our ongoing conversations with industry leaders, I recently spoke with David Patterson, Senior Director of Business Development at Analog Devices, about technology trends, market opportunities, and the evolving landscape. Here is a short excerpt from that conversation. What has changed that makes software increasingly important?
Jen, as RF has evolved from components to front-end modules to now full-fledged modules, there's a growing level of complexity with that hardware. And software is intended to help ease that complexity. So like we've done with the integration of the hardware into these modules, we're now doing the same sorts of things with software, where we're evolving from pure device drivers into not just hardware abstraction layers, but getting into higher layers of software that control the timing of these chips and modules, calibration, the configuration, all sorts of things that make it easier for the end user to adopt them and get them into their end products.
That was just a brief preview of our conversation with David Patterson. To watch the complete interview and hear more of his insights on the future of RF technology, visit mmWjournal.com. Also coming up, we'll be hosting an online panel on August 26th focused on digital twins and AI. Experts from across the industry will explore how simulation, measurement data, and AI-driven analytics are changing the way RF and microwave systems are designed, tested, and optimized. It's a great opportunity to learn how these technologies are helping accelerate innovation in areas such as aerospace, defense, and next-generation communications. And we're also looking ahead to European Microwave Week taking place this fall. The MWG team will be providing coverage from the show, including the latest industry news, technical highlights, and updates from the global RF and microwave community. Be sure to visit the Microwave Journal EUMW microsite for the latest coverage.
And remember, if you're a member of the RF and microwave industry, a subscription to Microwave Journal is free. Just visit mmWjournal.com to sign up and explore the latest articles, videos, and industry updates.
And before we wrap up, we'd like to once again thank our sponsors for this episode of Frequency Matters, RFMW and Analog Devices. RFMW is a leading technical distributor of RF, microwave, and power management products, offering engineers access to a broad portfolio of products and supplier partners to support designs across a wide range of applications. And Analog Devices is a global semiconductor company developing high-performance analog, mixed signal, RF, and digital technologies. Their solutions help engineers tackle complex design challenges in communications, aerospace and defense, industrial applications, and other advanced technology markets. We encourage you to learn more about both companies and the technologies they offer by visiting their websites. That concludes this episode of Frequency Matters. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.